Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today we are back with more notable names in Latin American and Hispanic American history. Today we are looking at Walter Alvarez. Now, this is information from Britannica that we're looking at first. He was born October the 3rd, 1940, in Berkeley, California, and is an American geologist and expert on plate tectonics and mountain formation, is best known for the so-called asteroid theory, which he and his father put forward in the 1980s, that says that the impact of an asteroid on Earth may have triggered the mass extinction of the dinosaurs. Now, yeah, geologists studying a lot of the information of Earth, rocks, and everything involved with that level of stuff. But anyway, born in Berkeley, California, he graduated from Carleton College in Southfield, Minnesota, with a Bachelor of Science degree in 1962. Earned a PhD in geology from Princeton University in 1967. He worked as a geologist in the Netherlands and Libya for an American Overseas Petroleum from 1967 to 1970, and was a research scientist at Columbia University's Lamont Geological Laboratory, later the Lamont Doherty Earth Observatory, from 1971 to 1977. He would join the faculty of the University of California, Berkeley in 1981 and serve as chairman of the university's Department of Geology and Geophysics from 94 to 97. In the early 80s, he and his father publicized Walter's discovery of a worldwide layer of clay that contains high levels of the rare earth element iridium, which is a radioactive element that is usually not found in great quantities in any one place, which is common only deep within Earth's mantle and in extraterrestrial rocks. So yeah, if you're finding a deposit of it on the surface, you have to go, okay, what's going on here? The layer was deposited at or near the Cretaceous Tertiary or KT boundary, also referred to as the Cretaceous Paleogene or KPG boundary, about 66 million years ago. The Alvarezes theorized that the iridium had been deposited following the impact of an asteroid on Earth that ejected a huge quantity of rock debris into the atmosphere, and that the catastrophic climate effects of this massive impact caused the extinction of the dinosaurs and many other organisms. There is evidence that in the Earth's rock record that supports this hypothesis, though it does not eliminate the possibility that other factors may have played a role in the extinctions. But from what we can see, yeah, clearly there was an impact around the Yucatan Peninsula. That's where it's thought that the great asteroid impact happened. Yeah. And like it pointed out, there are other theories, even theories that it wasn't just the asteroid impact alone. But yeah, this is probably one of the most accepted ideas of how the Cretaceous era ended and ending the Mesozoic era. Um, he wrote a number of scientific articles and books, including T Rex and the Crater of Doom, The Mountains of St. Francis, discovering the geologic events that shaped our Earth, and A Most Improbable Journey, a big history of our planet and ourselves. In 2002, he was awarded the Geological Society of America's Penrose Medal for outstanding achievements in geology, and in 2008 received Columbia University's Betlesson Prize for work in earth sciences. For his contribution to the field of impact cratering, he was awarded the Barringer Medal in 2013 and was elected to the Accademia Nazionale delle Scienze in Rome. But yeah. So one of the notable names when it comes to destruction, the end of the dinosaurs, the end of the Cretaceous period, and the Mesozoic era. Now let's go into Wikipedia, look at him a little more in depth. His father has a Nobel Prize in, I think, physics, yeah. So, I mean, they're both fairly intelligent, without a doubt. He was born October 3rd, 1940, Berkeley, California. Has one wife, Millie Alvarez, who he married in 63. Number of awards. His father, like we said, well-known scientist himself. Um, yeah, his father, Luis Walter Alvarez, was a Nobel Prize winner in physics. And his mother was Geraldine Smithwick. His grandfather was physician Walter C. Alvarez, and his great grandfather was Spanish-born Luis F. Alvarez, who worked as a doctor in Hawaii and developed a method for the better diagnosis of macular leprosy. His great aunt, Mabel Alvarez, was an artist and oil painter from California. So he's got some notable names in his family history, clearly. But yeah, Spanish born. So his his family line is Spanish from Spain instead of being of South and Central America heritage. His is straight from Spain. Um, let's see. He developed a side interest in archaeological geology and left the oil company that he was working for American Overseas Petroleum Limited, and spent some time in Italy studying the Roman volcanoes, which, if you know anything about the state of the nation of Italy, yeah, there's a huge number of volcanoes. Um, but yeah. He at the Lamont Doherty Geological Observatory of Columbia University, he began studying the Mediterranean tectonics in the light of the new theory of plate tectonics. His work on tectonic paleomagnetism in Italy led to a study of the geomagnetic reversals recorded in Italian deep sea limestones. With his father, along with Frank Asaro and Helen Michel, they discovered that a clay layer occurring right at the Cretaceous Paleogene or Cretaceous Tertiary boundary, KT-KPG, was highly enriched in the element iridium. Like we said, you're not going to find it, especially on the surface in these huge deposits. So to find it in such a deposit says, okay, what's going on? Since iridium enrichment is common in asteroids but very uncommon on the Earth, they postulated that a layer had been created by the impact of a large asteroid on the Earth, and that this impact was the likely cause of the KPG extinction event, or KT extinction event, which occurred 66 million years ago and was responsible for the elimination of 75% of all then existent species, including all non-avian dinosaurs. Yeah, the avian dinosaurs still lived for a while, and of course they would cannot think of the word. Anyway, they would develop into other species. I keep wanting to say mutate, but that's not the right word. Evolve. I was like, I know it's there. I can't think of the name. Anyway, yeah. But he would play a big role in science, especially with geology, help organize a meeting of big historians at a geological observatory in Codigico in Italy in 2010, which resulted in establishment of the International Big History Association. So even though he was born in America, he did a lot of research in Europe, you can tell. What else? So yeah, that has been a look at Walter Alvarez. Not yet dead, but up there in age now. He's 84. next week or so, he'll be turning 85. So, yeah, Walter Alvarez. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end this episode there. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite the sources. I'll be putting my links and sources in the description box below the video. I don't know what that was over. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.